Well, welcome to Richie's Roost in Shaco, Mississippi, where it is a hot, humid afternoon after much, much rain. The grass is growing so fast I can't keep it mowed. And I apologize for being a day or two out of schedule. Usually have these things up on a Tuesday, but a house full of company and the sudden, tragic, unexpected death of a across the street neighbor and friend will tend to throw a little monkey wrench into a schedule. So we're a day late, and I'm sorry about that. But that's okay, because this one's going to be very short, because I have a question for you today. I don't want to expound on any particular subject, but I would like to get some input on something that I'm really curious about. I got an email a week or so ago from an old friend of mine. I'm talking years. We were discussing something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I got this email and I'd like to read it to you word for word so I don't miss anything. And then the question. This email says, I'd vote for Hitler, dead or alive, if he were running against Donald Trump. And I mean that literally. I loathe Trump as much as it's possible to loathe anyone, and applaud any and every move that gives him even the slightest pause. I find him repugnant in every way a living creature can be repugnant. I don't think he likes him. And so far as I know, he's never had a conversation with this man, never shook hands with him, never mentioned anything about policies being right or wrong. And there are a lot of other folks who feel the same way that I've talked to, not nearly as many as are the other way, I guess. But I'm just curious as to what generates that type of vitriol and hate if you don't know the person personally. I think you can disagree with policies, and so far as I know, there have only been 2 occasions where that kind of hate between Americans has generated bad outcomes. Both resulted in bloody wars. One was the American Revolution, where the people down around the Georgia area wanted to stay with the English, and they were fighting their own brothers who felt like we should break loose. And the other, of course, is that little fracas called the Civil War, where brother against brother, father against son happened. Those are the only other 2 times I can think of where this type of vitriol actually occurred to this level. There have been some other policies worried about that people disagree with. But I thought I'd just read that and ask you, if you would, to think about it. Some of you feel the same way. Some of you are absolutely opposite of that opinion. But I'd like to have your input. So if you're so inclined, give me an email or a comment and let me know what you think. I'd really be interested in finding out. Just curious. Now, next week, I've decided to talk about a very popular subject called taxes, since that did come up this past week, and give you an old man's view of that, or at least this old man's view of that. And I promise you, I won't tell you that I hate anybody. So, till then, I'm Jim Ritchie, and I will see you again next week.